Hello friends, those back pages here. I hope you're well. As you can see there in the background with the Dick Lovelady mail truck, gonna have a little mail day. But as you can probably tell by the title that I've yet to come up with, but something to the effect with Griffey involved. We're gonna be talking about Griffey inserts and stuff. Thanks to the USPS, a package I am waiting on has not arrived yet, but another package did arrive, and I'm excited to open it because it's something that was on my short list from the National that just didn't come to fruition. And I've been trying to acquire one since, and with no luck. I'm not looking, you guys know me, I don't play the 10 tax game. I'm not looking for gem mint cards, I'm looking to own cards. So I happened to see one listed on eBay, and it was listed by a friend of mine who's always been very fair. I won't name him if he wants to, what do the kids say now, dox himself in the comments, or let me know privately. Then next time I will let you know who it is. But I've discussed this before. I've named him before. It's a very large channel, very popular individual, and always very fair with dealings. He's very, very kind to friends, I guess you could say. Very giving, very reasonable with prices. He doesn't give stuff away, but I'll show that at the end. So if you're just here for that, go ahead and fast forward or whatever it is you do to the end. But I did get another piece of mail in that I think is important. It's not Griffey, and what I'm showing in the mail day that I got that was on my short list is not Griffey, but everything else will be Ken Griffey Jr. in this video. So if you like Ken Griffey Jr., I hope you enjoy. I got this in, and it's from 1993 Donruss Hockey NHL. Now, a lot of people, I posted this on Twitter, and somebody commented, I didn't even know Donruss made hockey cards. Well, there you go. And this card here, is 28, soon to be 29 years old itself. It's a little scary to think about, but it's got great shine. And it's numbered on the back to 10,000, individually machine stamped, not screen printed, old school, elite style, 93, just with fantastic shine. And then what always pissed me off was that in 94, Donruss Baseball came out, and they used the same pattern. I mean, it's green, silver border, but there's no shine. I mean, these are also numbered on the back to 10,000, machine stamped, not so printed. So the backs are almost identical, but the fronts, it's not even a contest. And this was the 91, 2, 3. This is the fourth year they did baseball elites. I'm happy to have this in my collection, but can you imagine what this would look like? Like this. It would be a lot more popular than it already is. Whereas the first Griffey Elite was from 92, the second year they made them, and then that's got fantastic shine. I don't have a 93 in front of me. He's not in it, Griffey, but the 93s don't look nearly as good. And these are machine stamped on the back out of 10,000. Now, the young bucks watching tonight, whenever you happen to be watching this, 10,000, that's a lot. Well, technically I guess it is, but to be around at that time and collecting at that time, to realize just how difficult these were to receive in a pack, it puts it in perspective. Like these were just as difficult. I mean, I don't remember the odds, but 1 or 2 per case, 12 box case. I don't even know if it might have been 20 box case, actually. These were definitely 20 box cases in 92 Donruss. I can't remember if these are 12 or 20, the hockey, but they were not. Then there's 10. It tells you on the bed. This is Gretzky was 10 of 10. Card number 10 of 10, not production. But, the people that are screaming that what we're living now, junk wax era 2, part 2, blah, blah, blah. That's bullcrap. That's just not true. Are they making a lot more in 2021 than they did in 2016, 17? Yes, they're making more. But the thing to remember with the wax that's out now, even a blaster, never mind hobby, you have the chance, as slim as it may be, excuse me, as slim as it may be, you have a chance at something quite special. Let's put it that way. As hits or whatever you want to call it. Whereas if you open the box, of 92 Donruss baseball, you might get an elite. There are, Diamond Kings inserts. There's a Ripken autograph that looked similar to this, a little different. But, you're talking few and far between. You didn't really get, you open the box, you got the base cards. And, 6, 8, 10 inserts. It's not like now. So, it is a little aggravating that people say, it's a junk wax era part 2. Totally different. Totally trust me, as someone who was around 30 years ago, totally different scenario. So, sorry about that little rant, but I see that a lot. So yes, very happy to have this Gretzky as you can tell, and I guess technically these might be called collector grade 8s. Again, I want to own the card. We live in a world where everything is pretty much on the internet. You're not going to shows very often. There are more shows now than 2 years ago, but there still aren't very many shows. Yeah. So, I've talked about that ad nauseum, why I collect graded. So I showed the 94. Here's the 96 Elite. It's shiny, but, it's got some silver foil on it. They are still numbered to 10,000. I think the year after this, they started numbering them. If this was the year for the other sports this year, they made a gold. This is a silver. They made a gold. And then I think in 97 Donruss Elite Baseball, I think the Elites were numbered to 2,500 or something. Everything started to change by then greatly. And that's part of the, I'm a little ticked off that's what's in the mail. It hasn't gotten here yet. But I picked up some early 90s inserts of Griffey. And I think it's important that, I don't have a lot of Griffies. I pretty much have all the mainstream rookies, which I won't be showing. There's no need to show those. But I think that, and my friends do this as well. I don't necessarily do this, but they're so focused on like 97, 98, 99, precious metal gems and everything else, the early game use, stuff like that, which is fine. Absolutely fine. But I think there's, especially with Jordan, I still think there's affordable inserts from that time period, and we get so we're so focused now in 2021 as we enter 2022. We're so focused on parallels, and I get it, man. This is super shiny. You know, I'm happy to have this in a 9. I've bought this years ago. I would not pay up what a 9 would cost now. Heck, I don't want to pay up what an 8 costs now, but it is what it is. But you can see, you know, what I always tell you guys. I don't know if the light will catch it perfect on the camera. I'm trying to look at both. But there we go, etching. Look at Griffey light up. 24 light up. The piping on his pants. I don't know if there, see? That's etching. You know, just all along the leg right there, etching. You know, it's just fantastic, especially in person. It really makes the card stand out. Even a base non-refractor makes it stand out. So we're all focused, and rightfully so, on the parallels. Because, you know, and we've seen it now downtown and Kabooms and some others, Paninis I'm forgetting. But for the most part, Topps is really doesn't have any really memorable case hits or whatnot as far as inserts go. And I think that there's opportunity there to pick up some Griffies. And it's funny, I have a lot more Jeters than Griffies, and you want to argue one way or the other who's better. That's not what we're here for right now, but the reason being is that because Jeter was cheap 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Jeter was cheap, and Griffey was not. You know, 30, 25, 30 years ago, you wanted Griffey. You open a box, if you said, hey, you can get one hit, you want Griffey. I saw one, God, I can't remember one of the social medias. I saw somebody say that Griffey is his generation's Mickey Mantle. And it makes sense. I mean, you don't hear people saying bad things about Griffey. You know, Bonds, you know, that's a whole another topic. But, you know, here's a 97 Bowman's Best Preview Atomic Refractor, and there's a non-atomic refractor of this, and there's the base card. So this is a parallel of an insert, or parallel of a preview insert type of thing, which is a great card. And I'm not saying that it's not a great card. You know, here is a insert which happens to be a parallel of the base card. This is the 94 Leaf Limited Gold All-Star in a grade 8. You know, these are numbered to 10,000 on the back. And it's got a little bit of foil on the back too. There we go. And you know, this is a very nice. It's got a classic image of his swing, probably an F8, but it's still, you know, the base card of this is just silver. I don't have a graded copy. I didn't bring out the raw cards for this, but you know, this was extremely expensive. You know, 27 years ago. You know, this was probably probably $100 card back then. I don't know what it is now. Not an 8. It's not anywhere. I don't think it's anywhere near that. But just shuffling them around. Like here's a Reds. I don't do too much red stuff, but here's a Topps Tribute from 2003 with absolutely no etching. So it's just kind of flat and shiny. But this is the red version. Yeah, the red version. These are numbered on the back to 225. You know, which in 2003, 10 years prior to this, something numbered to 225 would have been unheard of. But, you know, since I bought that, I don't think I bought any of these post New Era here. I did pick up one of these. Let me show that one next. This is from the 95 Select Certified. This is the Mirror Gold. Now people hear mirror gold, they automatically think 96 or 97, which are legitimately scarce. I don't want to use the word rare, but the 96s are not numbered, but they're believed to be 30 copies. The 97, they kind of backdoored it and made more than 30 copies, but then they made totally certified, where the golds are actually numbered to 30. So good luck finding one of those. But this, this was PSA 8 was $50. Now this is a 95, so you got Jeters in it. It's expensive now, but this is a hit. This is a mirror parallel hit. They had Gold Team in 95, Select Gold Team, which is a Dufex, fantastic. I have a raw copy. I should have probably, hindsight's being what it is, I should have brought those out. But this is a hit. I think there were four or six of these per box, and it parallels the entire set. And like I said, since it's a 95 issue and Jeter's in it, which is kind of, one of the early Jeters, so the wax of this is a bit silly. But again, 26 years ago, you're opening a box of Select Certified, and you pull the mirror gold Griffey, you win. This is, other than probably the team gold, team certified gold at the time, this is the win. This is the best case scenario. A-Rod's in it too, but this I know it's only quote unquote only an 8, but this should not be $50 for a super shiny, great photograph as well. A few years earlier, lots of years earlier, I guess, from the 1990 Donruss Best AL All-Stars, American League Donruss Best box set. That, and it's just a great image. It's a great color. It's a team color. It works. I mean, all the American Leaguers are this color, so it just works. So just another alternative way to pick up something cool. And I guess the thing with these early inserts, and I wish I had gotten that mail in, but there's no parallel to this. There's no shiny, there's no one of one, there's no, it's this card. And with the inserts, like I showed, this has a silver and then the gold. Obviously there's a couple different colors of this 98 Bowman's Best, but this, and where's the 92? What do they do with that? Oh, there it is. There's only this. There's no super refractor version of this. It does look a little supery, but there's no other. And I get it. Oh, there's 10,000. That's so many, but not really. I mean, there's probably 6 or 8 of these listed on eBay right now. They're very expensive, but and this is a classic picture taken at Yankee Stadium. But there's no parallels to that. That's it. And that's what I like about inserts too. There's no parallels. That's it. One and done. Different. It's a different time. Here's another parallel. Not a parallel, I guess. Technically a parallel. Oops, I knew that was going to happen. But row 1, I always get these confused. But it's super shiny, and I had it in the stack, so I figured I'd show it off. Here's a 97 Finest Power. It's a gold, but this is the base gold. And again, they did different tiers. It doesn't show up very. It's a very dark card. Great picture on the back. But I wish I had those. I apologize, but it is what it is, right? So, like I said, totally certified in 97. This is the Pinnacle totally certified. This is the blue. There's the red, which is the base, blue, which is the easy parallel number to $1,199. And then the gold, like this, is numbered to 30. I think the red is numbered to 4,900. Every card in this release is numbered. So if maybe that's a Fanatics foreshadowing, who knows? But the base card's numbered to 5,000. This is numbered to 2,000, and then the gold is numbered to 30. So, and this is just, it's got the Dufex technology, sort of. It's it's more plasticky than Dufex, but it is a great image. It's a great looking picture, a great looking card, hypnotic with the lines and everything. And one of my absolute favorite parallels. I know I was talking about inserts, but now I'm talking about parallels. Because, that's the world we live in. It's from 1994 Collector's Choice. And very happy to have this in my collection. Took me a while to find this. I bought this again in the old times. I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't cheap, even though it's only an 8. These are, if you've ever opened these, I did open a factory set. I think each factory set has 5 of these in it, 5 gold parallels, and then the wax boxes have a 36-pack wax box. I think has 1 gold in it. Don't quote me on that, but something similar. These are extremely difficult, even back in the day. Now, like I said, probably 5 years ago now, I opened the factory set, and they were totally bricked. The entire set came out in like 3 blocks. There was no golds of note, but the golds that were in there had paper loss from the gloss sticking together. Now, there's a silver version of this where the facsimile autograph is in silver, but the base card is just the base color. It's not silver. And those were 1 per pack. And it paralleled the entire series. Series 1 and Series 2. But this is just and again, I know I like to urinate on modern cards with horizontal photos, but I do like this one. It's very imposing, showing a young Griffey. Just with the dark, night falling in the background. And it happens to be a very tough parallel to get. So, if your player is in this set, and you play or collect, a few of you collect certain players from this time, and you know what I'm saying. So, this was one I targeted. I'm very happy to have it in my collection. I'm actually actively looking for Griffey inserts now and stuff, and at the price point I want to pay, they're not easy to find. As you can see by a lot of these 8s are great. 9, I might push up to a 9, but I really prefer an 8, honestly, at this point. 10s, forget about it. You can, the people, never mind. But let me show that mail I got in that I'm so happy to finally have in the collection. And thank you to who that gave me a great price on it. Otherwise I wouldn't have it. And I will say that I'm started the process of working on my 2021 recap thread, mostly pickups and stuff like that. And this was definitely one I was waiting on to even begin the process, because like I said, it was one I had on my list for the show, which never came to fruition. I don't know if there's a note in here, but we'll find out. I didn't expect the mail to arrive this quick with this piece. The other piece I did, and sure enough, it didn't show up. So here we go. Oh, now you can see who it's from. I forgot about that. So yeah, it's from Nolan. And like I said, reach out to him if he's got a car listed that you're interested in, and I'll just leave that there on the, if you want to pause it or whatnot. But ask him. It's like, hey, you've got, send him a message through eBay. Hey, I'm interested in this. I watch you on YouTube or whatever. He might even know who you are. So yeah, just go ahead and do that. The worst thing that could happen is he says, no, I can't do that. I can do this. Something to think about. It's, you don't always have to pay the sticker price. And again, Nolan is a professional, so you don't have to I'm gonna offend him. Well, if he has a $1,000 card, you just don't offer him $50, but you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. It is an SGC holder. Let's take a look. Boom. And there it is. 2001 Bowman's Best. Albert Pujols. Individually numbered, machine stamped, silk printed. This one happens to be number 17 of 2,999. And it is a rookie card. It's part of the base set. The base rookies of this set were numbered to 2,099. And it's funny, you look at it, and I've always looked at this card, and it looks like his right arm. It's almost like Transformers. Like his hand is blending in with that, whatever that design is that's going from there, all the way up. But it always looked like part of his hand. Just cracked me up. This is the first time I've owned this card. I did pick up the Bowman's Best Ichiro at the show, and I'll talk more about that probably in the next video. But it's shiny. It's got a little bit of etching. I mean, it's more of a foil board than a chromium, like the later Bowman's Bests and the earlier ones. Actually, this is technically not a chromium card, but it is a little scary to stop and think that this card is 20 years old. 2001, 20 years ago. But yeah, so very happy. Nolan, thank you for helping me add this to my collection. It's just fantastic shine in person, and I think that probably it's not a bad time to buy Pujols. It's a great time to buy Ichiro right now. But if you want some pricier Pujols, you might want to wait a year or two. Maybe they might drop out of the spotlight a little bit, and then pick up again once Hall of Fame starts. The Hall of Fame election starts. The talk starts. He's getting in, but it's not a question. But the talk starting up again. So I want to thank you all for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. It means a lot to me that you spend your time listening and watching me drone on about the hobby. And I'm certainly glad to everyone that's reached out to me between, after the last video and after the last episode and this, and now. I really hope you're safe and you're enjoying yourself, and no matter what aspect it is, you're enjoying our hobby or our collecting or whatever it may be. So I thank you again, and then until next time, be kind.